All right, gang, let's break this groove down a little bit. So we just got a 16th note thing happening, kind of a Jeff Porcaro, kind of groovy thing that we're doing. So in the hi-hat, that's kind of driving our train, right? We got 16th notes going the whole time, constant. That's kind of the hardest, thing to keep up in a groove like this, right? So we got that, right? So that's kind of our focal point of the groove, right? Our kick and our snare, we got to do simple backbeats, so nothing super complicated there. A little bit of kick stuff happening, but mainly you want to focus on that hi-hat. If that hi-hat isn't feeling right, then you're not going to get the groove down. So the way that you do that is by this little technique called a push-pull technique, right? Whenever you're playing fast on the hi-hat with the right hand, it's kind of a push and a pull, right? So you push into the hi-hat, and then you pull out, kind of swiftly, right? If you were to just do those two motions, kind of looks like that right together. But when you start to do the groove, it'll sound like this. And that's the idea, right? So you don't really see it as much if you're not exaggerating it by itself, or if you are you're exaggerating it by itself, you really see that push and pull. Those fingers are kind of pulling the stick back, right? You're kind of opening up the hand to let that stick fall into the hi-hat. When you pull out, boom, you're kind of grabbing the stick up. But when you're doing it all in succession, it's all happening at once, right? You're not thinking, oh, I should push and I should pull, right? It's got to be just kind of, it's reactive, right? Just like that, right? So then the other thing is, the big focal point in the kick drum is that we've got a little double hit going, right? Just like that, right? So we don't want to hit that kick drum and have it be the same velocity both of those taps, right? We don't want to, that'll just kind of kill the groove. If I start grooving, nobody wants to hear that, right? That's just a stiff thing, and that's not gonna groove. It's not gonna give you the magic that you really want on something like this, especially with a fast 16th note thing, right? So you got to make sure that first hit is a nice soft hit, right? A delicate hit of the bass drum, right? Kind of with a toe, like that. And when you come in with the nice firm hit, you're kind of using that whole foot. You're kind of putting that foot flat down on the pedal, right? So it sounds like this, right? That's what you're going for. So in the groove, it sounds like this. That's the idea, right? Simple backbeat on the snare, pretty self-explanatory. That's pretty much it. But the other big thing about this is that little fill that you saw in there. So that's a pretty cool thing, right? So that fill goes like this, right? Looks kind of complicated, but we're starting on the ragtime, right? We're going into kind of a broken up 6-stroke roll thing, right? So we've got, right? So we got a 6-stroke roll happening there, right? We got a right, left, right, come back to the left, and then we hit two nice firm hits, nice rim shots with the right and the left, and we end with the floor tom. Right? And that's it. Slow down. Even slower. That's the fill, right? So in the groove, it sounds like this. Double kick to bring you back into the hi-hat. That's pretty much it. Go have at it, have some fun, work on that push-pull.